Hello one and all and welcome back. More Magic the Gathering, Duels of Planeswalkers 2014. I'm Brazen Braden and tonight we are looking at Mind Maze, a pure blue island deck. This is Jace's deck and it's all about a lot of sort of illusion creatures and counter spells and card draw and that sort of thing. So a controlling deck. We're playing against another random AI component. 3 games, best out of 3. We'll see how we do. We've had a bit of a streak these last 2 episodes. It's just been quite fun. But we shall see. We're against Dach Am, which is a dodge and burn deck, which is also a removal deck. So this could be a bit painful. Ooh, that's expensive. We've got 1 creature for turn 2, turn 3. We'll keep this. We'll keep this and see what we pull into. So yeah, these illusion creatures, if they become the target of any spell or ability, they instantly get sacrificed, no matter how powerful they are. It's the one drawback to them, but they are generally quite cheap for the most part, although this one not so much. I mean, 2 cost for 2/1? No. Not with these negative abilities here. This one's not bad. 2/2 for 1 cost. Okay, when he becomes, obviously, sacrificed, this is a flying. Maybe that's why you pay a little bit more. But let's get this guy out for now. We can get him out next turn, or the 2/3 for a cost of 3. But we'll see what our good old friend Dach over here does. So he's cast a spell. Oh, he's wasted a Banefire. Good thing it was only on a 1 cost creature. He just hit it with 2 damage. So yeah, he's a blue and red deck. One of my favorite decks actually to play. I quite enjoy that deck. Now, this guy cannot be blocked, but that's by creatures. Against spells, well, he doesn't have Hex or anything, Hexproof or anything of that sort. So we'll just put out another cheap creature and see if Dach, I won't keep on calling him Deck. Dach can deal with that. Probably can. I need to get some of my spells, my removal. I mean, I've got this, which is a counter target spell, which I can't cast because I don't have enough mana. So he hit me for 1 with his Electro Lies. But we're starting to get a lot of mana out now. We can get out. Oh, I want to save this guy for when we actually get a chance to attack. This has a bit more health to it, so it might survive longer. Things like Electrolyze only do 2 damage, so he will not be able to take it out with that. But with another Banefire, say, with 3 mana, he could very well. Alright, these creatures are amazing. I love these creatures. Kiln Fiends. Cheap, low stats, but as soon as you cast a spell, which this deck is full of, +3, so it becomes essentially a 4/2 creature. And it can be quite monstrous. Okay. He's got 2 mana, which means he could have a spell sitting in his hands. So should I attack? Oh, well, I'll still take out that thing. But if he pumps it up with a spell, he could take me out as well. But he doesn't. He doesn't. He lets it through. Smack him for 2. Got 2 creatures on the board. He's got a lot of cards in his hand. And I can just see removal. No? Next turn maybe? No, nothing. Yeah. Good. Here we go. Here's some removal that I'm talking about. Counter target spell. So when he casts another creature or whatever, I can counter that. And we've got the mana to do it. We can actually do this one as well. Counter it. And I get to draw a card. Oh, its controller draws a card, so he gets to draw a card. So you could manipulate that to your advantage, cast a spell, counter your own spell, and get to draw 2 cards, if you're desperate. Yeah, that was to be expected. He needs to start either removing my creatures or hitting me for some serious damage, because he's going down slowly. Now, this is going to use up. I'm worried that he casts something. I'm going to save my creature, and I'm going to see if we might need to counter any spells. But again, we're going to hit him for 4 to his face, taking him down to 10. Can't block with his Fiend. He lets that through. I'm nervous about what he has. I'm going to hold on to my Phantom Warrior, my second one, and just see what he has coming up. He must have something. I mean, look, five cards in his hand. And I don't mind taking this 1 damage. Got no other... Well, I've got that creature there. I need, more mana. And I can now get out our Royal Elemental. Flying, whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you may gain control of target creature for as long as you have this. Amazing. But, against a deck like his, dangerous. Because he could just remove it. He hasn't used any of his mana. I think he's waiting for me to cast something expensive like this. So I tap all my mana. He just blocks that spell. And then he can do what he likes to me. What should I do? It's a 3-2. He's down to 6. I'm gonna pop him out. Because next turn we'll have the 6 damage. We need to take him out. And we do have enough mana to do a counter target spell. So we'll see what he has. Nothing. What is this guy doing? Tap up to 2 target creatures. Those creatures don't untap during the controller's next step. Now, I would like to play this on him, so I could just run straight through with the damage. But I need to tap 2 creatures. And I'd have to tap one of mine, which is not optimal. So, rather, let's see if we can kill his Fiend. He can't block these 4. That is guaranteed damage going through. He can block this and survive. He's going to lose his creature in the process, which is fine by me. I'm wondering if he has some sort of earthquake or something which he can use to take these things out. That's why I'm a bit hesitant to play this expensive. And he's got nothing. Wow. Well, I don't even need to. This is another great beast. 4 cost for 4/5. I mean, that's pretty cost efficient. When he becomes obviously targeted because he's an illusion, he gets destroyed, which can be a shame. But we don't need to do anything. We just swing with all we have. If he throws something at us to try counter, we can counter that, and he doesn't. GG! Sorry, Dach. Better luck next time. That went quite well. We unlocked the Draining Well, I've already got one of these, but they are essentially it's a creature with flash, so you can play it like an instant, and you counter a spell, and you get the amount of counters on it for how much that spell cost. So if you counter a 5 cost spell, it gets plus 5 counters, so it becomes a 6/6. Pretty good, huh? But I've never actually used him in a game. Right, on to next opponent. That's 1 out of 3. We are playing against Bolkru, which is a demon. Is he a demon deck? Dragons. I'm not sure. We've got a couple creatures here. This is fantastic. Phantasmal Image. We can clone anything on the battlefield, so we can clone some of his stuff. Flying. We've got a Phantom Beat, and we've got a counter. Oh, this is a good hand. We're going to keep this hand, even though we can't play anything first turn, like one of those bears. I believe this guy is about... Okay, black, so sort of self-sacrificing damage to himself to do damage to me, as well as... what's this? What have I misread? Kicker 3, when he can't be blocked. When he's kicked, he enters the battlefield, 2 1/1 counters on it, so no. Not necessary. We could pump him up a little bit, but we don't have the mana for that, and we need some sort of board presence. If anything, to act as a blocker to whatever he may be throwing out next, which is an Onyx Mage, and he can pay this ability and target creature gains Death Touch. Death Touch means no matter how powerful my creature, if I block his creature, it will die. So not great. Would probably be a good idea to get our healing staff out while we can. We have enough mana for a counter spell. We can also get out this flying. I'm going to get out the health for now, and we're going to swing with this guy. If he does block, he won't block though, but we'll get 1 damage through. He won't sacrifice this thing. Not so early on. But we're just going to start pinging away at him. We do have our mage staff here. My staff of the mind magus, or magus, if you prefer. And he's played a flying. Whenever a player casts a non-black spell, that player loses 1 life. Oof. So that's sort of going to counteract the ability of this staff of the mind magus. That's a nasty card. So there I cast a spell. This is going to pump me up 1. And then... No? Oh, that's not a spell. A spell, right. So things like this. Instants and such. Are creatures spells? I am not sure. But you see, it's only for non-black. So we could have cloned it if we wanted to, but there's no point in that really. We will get this guy out. He's a good blocker for the flyer. Then we take 1 hit and then we get it back. So this has made this sort of redundant, which is fine. No, if we attack he blocks, he survives, so we're going to save on attacking for now. What's he done? Oh, he's given a death touch. Ah, you sneaky little son of a gun. So if he attacks and I block with this, my creature's dealt with. But I'm not going to. 1 damage is not worth it. I'll let that one go through. He's also pulled out a Festering Goblin. When he dies, target creature gets -1/-1, so he could pop it on here and kill it, which is not optimal. We don't want to clone anything. We're just going to get out another big beefy creature. And thankfully our staff here is countering that ability of the Suit Imp. We are just going to swing with our 3/4 because he can't block that right now. Problem with this Death Touch is that he can just put Death Touch on any of these little crappy cards. Okay, so he's costing himself 2 life by playing that. And then if I block or he blocks this, it dies. Bit of a pain. It would be nice at least if he tapped it to cast that ability. But no, he just has to pay the 2 mana. And he can do that at any time. So you can block something and then give it the Death Touch. I don't want any of these creatures. I'm saving this for a big creature. We're still up on health. We've got mana to counter whatever he throws at us next. We've still got this Jace's Mindseeker, which is a flying 4/4 for 6 cost. But when he enters the battlefield, target opponent puts the top 5 cards of his or her library into the graveyard. And then I may cast any instant in that 5 cards against him without any cost. Fantastic card. Fantastic card. We just need the mana to be able to use it. But we've saved up for our cancel. We're not in the worst of positions right now. That has to be said. He is getting to the place where he can start pulling out some of these bigger, beefier creatures. Now, what do we have here? A Renegade Demon, a 5/3, no special abilities. We can counter this, which is probably a good thing for now. We could also clone it, but while we have the advantage, I think we're just going to counter that. Alright, we sent that back. When he does get another chance to pull out something big and powerful. Okay, this thing He can ping off this creature. So what we may as well no, and the other two are flying. We can block one. He's gonna kill this thing anyway. He's gonna kill it anyway. Let's just get rid of it. Let's get rid of it. There's no point. What? Oh, don't tell me he had Death Touch. You sneaky little son of a gun. Oh my word. Okay, when he enters, okay, we're gonna try and screw him over here by putting this out and casting whatever we have against him. Hopefully he's got some spells that we can use against him. Creature removal would be fantastic, and he has absolutely nothing. Got rid of 2 Onyx Mages with a Death Touch. Destroy target non-black creature, so we got a bit of removal, but we can't use it against his. Nothing, absolutely nothing. What a waste. At least we have another 4/4 flying. Now, I'm not going to attack because he's just going to be killed. So this is sort of a stalemate here with this 4/5 creature out here. If I had some sort of protection against black, amazing, but I don't. So I'm just going to leave it there. I've got no more counters, and he could be throwing out something nasty. Oh, and he has. And what is this thing? This is a Lord of the Void flying. Whenever Lord of the Void deals combat damage to a player, exile the top 7 cards of that player's library, then put a creature card from among them into the battlefield under your control. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, and ouch. But I want one myself. Thank you very much. At least it doesn't have haste. That would suck. So, first thing to do is give us one of these, please. We want a Lord of the Void. Thank you very much. And we get to draw some cards, which is great. We really need a bit of card draw. It is costing us health. We got a bit more mana, and we've got a little flying creature. Alright. I'm not going to swing at anything of his, because everything will die. I'd rather save them as blockers and possibly take out. When he dies, each player loses 3 life, so that's a cost for him as well. What's he going to do when he comes for you? He's giving his flying imp Death Touch, and he's going to attack with it, thinking I'm going to block. I have learnt my lesson. Both of these have Death Touch, so I cannot block any of them without losing something. Just not worth it. And that was quite interesting, that the Death Touch carries over. With that 1/1 damage, it can take out anything. That is most fascinating. So with one creature, you could take out 2 creatures. That's potent. He's got 2 flying. This doesn't have Death Touch. He cannot cast more Death Touch because he's got no more land. So he's got 3 creatures available. I've got 3 creatures available. What to do? What to do? He has 2 flying, so he can block both of these. At least we could kill something when he dies. You know what? No, that would be stupid because he blocks, and then next turn I can't. Although he would Death Touch things. Let's. He will block this big boy with the cheapie, and then he would block this and kill it, remaining alive, keeping his 7/7, and then possibly block that, meaning I would hold on to my 7/7, but I would not be able to stop him from attacking me next turn. He will lose that creature, possibly that creature. This could be a very stupid move. This could be a very stupid move. But, excuse me, we're sort of at a stalemate here. And he has the upper hand because of the death touch. So, yes, he did as anticipated. What is this? Target player, draws 3 cards and loses 3 life. Oh well, card draw. And he's given me some claustrophobia, which is, oh crap, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Toast. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I did. That was a stuff up. There is nothing. Why can't I block with this thing? Oh, it's not the blocking stage. I can block this 3 damage, but that's it. I cost myself the game. And these cards would have just been so handy, right? If they'd come just a turn earlier, I could have just put claustrophobia on his big, ugly demon thing. That was, yeah. I don't know what else to do though. I was sort of between a rock and a hard place. So he got the best of us. It's 1-1. Let's see our final opponent, if we can pull this back and make this a sort of semi-win. We shall see. Okay, we've got a couple low-cost creatures, counterspell, and a claustrophobia, which is good news. This is Chandra though, so a lot about direct damage and little creatures. I'm thinking we need to see if we can get some counterspells in our hand. Okay, we've got a counterspell. We've only got 1 mana, which could be problematic, but we're going to keep it and hope for the best. At least we get something out first turn. It's not the best start ever. We do have a clone, and we've got one of these Jace Mindseekers, which lets us cast spells, and she has a lot of them. Sort of the Fire Axe and Flame Wave and that sort of thing. So we may be lucky, and if we can get the mana actually to cast that, 6 lands we need to have out, which if I don't draw into every turn is going to be a problem. There's one of them, and she has gotten rid of my bear. But a bit of a waste for of that card, and we've got no mana. This is a big problem because next turn we're going to have to discard a card unless we can get a land and play something. We can get our Lord of Unreal, which is amazing. All our illusion creatures get +1/+1 and have hexproof. This card can win you the game because these illusion creatures no longer die by spells or abilities alone. Where have you been hiding my whole life? Oh, look, here we go. Oh, we can play something at least. So we don't have to throw a card away yet. But we are really mana starved right now. She's got 4 out on the board. The little flying pilgrim. Pilgrim's Eye. And giving it haste so they can both attack. Now I could block this guy. He is a bit of a pain in the ass, to be fair. But I'd rather pump this guy up to a 3/3. Hopefully if we get a land next turn with our Lords of the Unreal, then he's a bit more resilient and we don't have a land. So we'll just swing for 2. This is not looking good so far. Mana screwed is probably one of the worst situations to be in. Here we have to throw something away. I think I'm going to throw away this Royal Elemental because it costs 6. It's expensive, and we're not going to be using it. So we'll see how we do. That sucks. We're down to 7. Oh, finally, a bit of land. Which means we can get our Lord of the Unreal out. And buff up our little chappy here for 3. We can start hitting for a lot more. We could save as a blocker, which might not be the worst idea, although a Flame Wave could get rid of that ASAP. So let's just try hit her for what we can. What is this? Oh no, you little piece of sewage. The Lord of the Unreal. But oh, he's not hexproof. The other creatures I have become hexproof. Oh, if he was hexproof. So he's sort of the weak link in the chain. We can cast out a 3/4 flying. A claustrophobia. We're on 2 life. I don't know how we can make a comeback from this, quite frankly. I don't see it. I mean, I clone a creature, but to what aim? To what end? I can get out this 3/4 flying. As soon as it becomes targeted, it's removed. If she has more removal, and I could, if not, I could block and kill something. But that would maybe get me through one more turn, because I could block out all those creatures. Let's hope she does not have anything to cast. That's where this deck fails. Jace's Mind Maze. Against a deck like red, if you take any sort of spell to your card, you're gone. And what is this? This is the Firebird. So Bloodthirst 3. When it activate, yada yada. So she's got another card out. She can now give it. Yep, that's the game. She can give it haste. Hello. What are you doing? Now we can clone something, or I think we want to put this out of action. This Bloodthirst means when it enters battlefield with a number of tokens on it, whatever. It doesn't even matter, because we're going to just put that thing out of action. So now she cannot use that. I'm not going to swing with anything because I need to save for blocking. 2 life, I've got no health, no healing abilities. She just needs 1 flame wave or whatever to my face, and I am done. And right, so nothing to be done here. We have to sacrifice. Like so. We survive 1 more turn. We've got no creatures. She's got 2 that she can use. I can actually clone. I can clone this guy. And this is a flying. Which means next turn, if she does not pull out more creatures, I'm fine. She has lost the ability to give them haste, which is good news. So I could fend off 1 more turn, and it's with haste. And there it is. GG, Chandra. Good game. This has been a... What? Why can't I block with him? Why can't I block? Oh, well... That's the game anyway. That 1 health sneaks on through. I can't block with him. This creature can't block any of the attacking creatures. Why not? What does it say? Oh, of course, because they're both flying. Banana. Anyway, there we go. That's the end. Thank you for coming. Ah, abysmal. Abysmal. But that's how the dice roll sometimes. Mana is so critical in these games. If you get screwed over with mana, well, tough going, eh? So this has been me with Jace's Mind Maze. We'll pop quickly into the deck manager, have a quick squiz at the cards here. We've got these very cheap flying, and there's the bear, 1 for 2/2. These all illusion creatures, so they can all be destroyed by any spell or anything. Veil Sentry. When an opponent casts a spell, if it is an enchantment, it becomes an illusion with a creature and toughness equal to that mana's spell converted. Nice, eh? We've got this removal, which we never saw anything of. Would have been great. Send a target creature back to the hand. We've got the clones, the Lord of the Real, which came in for too short a time. One of these fragments you can kick, some more flying little creatures. The unblockable Phantom Warrior. Another illusion creature. More illusions, 3/4. Our health. What is this? Helicon Glaze. Whenever you cast a creature spell, it becomes a 4/4 illusion with flying. So it sort of sits on the side and becomes a creature when you cast something. Claustrophobia, which we needed a lot more of as well. Counter spells needed a lot more of. You see how much there is in this deck? Just wasn't. We weren't drawing into any of it. It was all creatures. The sleep sort of thing. Frost Breath. Card draw. Flying 3, vanquishing 3. I don't even know what vanquishing means, to be quite honest. Please do throw a comment down, let me know. What does it mean when a card has vanquishing? Another creature, more creatures, and then we've got a disorient, -7, -0, so no attack for whatever. The draining whelp, which we did see. And we've seen both of those two cards, and there's just the 3 that I've unlocked otherwise. So yeah, that is Jace's Mind Maze. Thank you for joining me this episode. Please do hit the subscribe if you haven't already. Check out some of my other series. Hit a like if you're enjoying the series so far. I will be doing more Magic. It's always good to know that people enjoy what they see. And leave a comment. Let me know what I should have done, how I failed, how I could improve, what things mean. I don't know. Whatever you want, just say hi. Go for it. Anyway, that has been Magic the Gathering. This is Brazen Braden signing off. I hope you have a great week. Goodbye.